Hello, now in this video let us learn nesting of loops. It is quite similar to nesting of if statements within a if statements. So that was nesting of if statements. Now here we'll write a program for nesting of for loops, that is loop inside a loop. I'll show you example. We'll initialize three values over here, I, j and c. And once we initialize clear screen statement clr scr, now once we write this clear screen function, you have seen that in the previous video only a multiplication table of one number was achieved in the output. Here by using nesting of loops, I can write multiplication table of as many numbers as I want. I'll show you that the output will be multiplication tables of 5 or 6 numbers. In the previous video it was only multiplication table of 5 or of 6 or of 7, something like that. So first we'll give the value for I equals to 0, for I equals to 1. No, let us start from 2. For I equals to 2, I less than 5. Let us don't try in this video I will not write up to 10 because the screen recorder will not be able to record all the outputs, so I will write 5 over here and I increment. So this is how we write for loop. You know how we write a for loop. But what's the difference in this program is, after I initialize a single for loop, I open the flower bracket. One more initialization I will do, that is for here in the previous for loop it was I. Now here I will make it j. For j equals to 1, j less than 5 only, let it be 5 only, j less than equals to 5, and j plus plus, that's increment. Now once this is couple of loop, so this is how let us write this in this way to get a better idea of how these loops are we get inside the loop. Now we'll do c equals to I into j and printf percent d into percent d equals to percent d, comma I comma j comma c, close the bracket. And as I have opened here, couple of brackets have been opened, so even we need to, while closing also we need to close couple of brackets. So this is nesting of loop, a loop inside a loop. For I here I'll show you the output first. Here one more statement is required, printf /n. So that itself I'll tell you why that is required. No errors. 2 into 1 equals to 22. No, here I missed out /n, that's why the problem is. So you can see here this is what the output is. In the previous video we were only able to write a multiplication table of a single number, that is only of 5 or of 6, but through nesting of loops I am able to write multiple tables, that is of 2 I am able to write, of 3, of 4, of 5, as many as number I want I can write. So that's how the advantage of nesting of loops, and how the nesting is done I will show you. So first here the value is initialized, and this condition is checked. So for the first time when it enters into loop, the value is 2. Now it will enter into the loop. Now this printf, suppose that printf is not there for a minute, and once I'll remove it. Once it will check the condition, it will enter into loop. Again it will check j equals to 1 and j less than 5, or j less than equals to 5, and j increment. So what happens here is, here the value of j is 1. Once it has entered into loop, here the value is 2. For your understanding, earlier it was 2, and now when it enters into the loop, in this loop, it will check the condition j equals to 1. So here the value is 1. Here the value is 1. So when it is 1, it will execute these statements. Once it executes these statements, it will get back here, value will be incremented. So let us write here 2. Once here the value is 2, so here the value will be 2. Now here, then again these couple of statements are executed. When these couple of statements are executed, the value will be 3. Again these execution will be done. Now 4 and 5. Now 4 and 5. When this here 4 and 5, then later it will be 6. When that condition fails, what happens? As we have entered into loop, it will not get back to get ch statement over here. It will again, as it is a loop, it will get back to this condition for again, for the first for loop. Now here the value will be 3 now, because once it completes until this bracket, when the execution until this bracket is completed, instead of getting into get ch statement, it will get back here, that is I increment. Now here the value will be 3. Here the value will be 3. Once it will check the condition 3 is less than 5. Yes, it is less than 5. So get into loop, this loop. Again here the value is 1. Again same, this many execution will be done. When complete the execution, when this loop completes the execution of when this condition fails, again it will not come to get ch statement, it will go back to this loop. Once here there will be 6, then here the condition fails. So what happens here is, it will not get into this loop only, it will directly come into get ch statement. So this is how the nesting of loop is done. Once again you can see the output errors. Which code has no effect? That 3 has no effect. And what happens if I don't write /n, I mean printf and /n here? In the previous example I had written it. What happens if I don't write? It will show continuously 2, you can see over here, 2 2 2 2 3. So this is how it's done. For our identification, we need to write print f percent \n. That's new line function. Suppose if I don't write this, you can see what happens in the when I got the output previous time. You saw that what happens. Suppose if instead of writing over here, if I write here inside this for loop, what will be done? No errors. It will show, see, this is how we get the output. This is not the way we want, so we should write here, that's printf /n. New line function is written. So that's all in this function. You can write as many numbers as you want. You can write 10, 15, as many as numbers, but only my screen recorder won't be able to show you those. Because of that reason, I had written 5 over here. So that's all in this video. Thanks for watching.